This is Moscow. This is Moscow calling.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you for asking, yeah.
Oh, great pleasure. Actually, I saw you a couple of times in Portugal. One very memorable concert for me, I think, in the Paredes de Cora.
Oh, right, yeah. I think that's our only time we've played in Portugal, I think.
That was the
Unless I'm
only
going mad, yeah, I think so.
Around, probably 2013?
It's 14.
14?
Yeah, it was, yeah, it felt like a while ago. We've been asking about, because Spain and Portugal, we haven't really done much in these two countries, and we only played our first Spanish dates in November last year, so...
Really?
Yeah.
For the first time?
First time, yeah, anywhere, was Barcelona and Madrid, so...
Yeah.
I don't know why, it just seems like a hard place to come.
Really?
Yeah, we keep asking, but it seems difficult, I don't understand why.
Oh, now you're here again, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Oh, very happy, yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually not very happy with this description. You're gonna kill me, but that's okay. With the description of you and the app of the festival.
Oh yeah, is it the same as the Spanish one in Barcelona?
They call you like the nerds that can dance or something like
that's
that.
the one, yeah.
Oh, it's like it's 2018. We're still discussing that.
Yeah, well, my brother went to the Barcelona one and he sent me that screenshot. Was like, this is a bit weird. But I don't know. We've been described as much worse, much more inaccurately. When we played the first Glastonbury we did officially, they missed the L out of public. So
really?
It was, in the official program. That's bad.
You just did the service.
Yeah, I mean.
But it's Glastonbury. You didn't put flowers in your hair or glitter. They are outcasts.
No, just bow tie. Glastonbury's very welcoming of all kinds of people. Yeah. You don't have to fit in.
You don't have to fit in, yeah. So, and you don't really want to fit in. Why should you? Right.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it, but I suppose that's true. Yeah. We're a little bit different in the way we do some things, but I think that's a good thing.
Can I just address on a little bit the electronic process in your music, because I saw you talking at TEDx, and I understand like a corner of it. Because first you were talking really fast, and then
you've only got like 8 minutes. There's a timer there, so you're kind of trying to race. They stop you if it starts flashing red, like all the alarms go off. So
then you were really good.
That's why I was talking fast.
A lot to do that switch?
A bit, yeah.
A bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was really like, does he this all the time? Or something like that?
No, I wouldn't want to. It was quite stressful. Yeah.
But it was very educational in a way that I think people don't think electronic music is very organic.
Yeah.
Or it comes from people.
Yeah. It's very easy to think that, because often you just see somebody doing that or doing that. And there is some of that in our set, but it's hard to.
There's a pen.
It's hard to communicate. It's hard to communicate what it is that you're doing, I suppose. And I think we try our best, but the best way to communicate it is just to make it human, in the actual playing of it, and leave. I think what I was trying to talk about in that talk was leaving in the capacity for human error, not kind of making the show too safe, making sure that it can go wrong.
That part.
Yeah. It definitely can and does.
If it's wrong, there's not a return button?
No, there isn't, no. There's one for a couple of things. There's like a slightly emergency button, but there's not. There's many more things in the set. If I get it wrong, it just goes round and round and round wrong. So
because there are a lot of layers.
Yeah.
Right? Of instrumentalization.
Yeah.
Instrumentalization.
That works for me, yeah.
It works for you?
Yeah.
It works for me. And, so many layers that you can't control everything. But it's like life.
Yeah.
Very human.
Yeah, and it's weird because I'm very much a control freak person. So for me to be in this kind of environment on a stage with a lot's at stake, I suppose. There's quite a lot of pressure on you for all sorts of reasons. It's very unusual for me to be letting some of that control go. I don't know what's going on in my brain, but obviously.
Is that place that kind of tests you?
I think part of it must be.
As a musician.
Yeah, you want to make it difficult for yourself. Up to a point. Make it difficult for yourself, because we play about 80 or 90.
1 second.
Sorry.
Yeah, the fish agora.
I don't think it's going to make much difference.
I don't know, maybe it helps a little bit. Yeah.
Does it change the light too much? You're right.
Muda a luz muito.
Yes.
before?
No.
No?
No, this is the one we went to because it was about mining communities and mining in South Wales. So we went there to research it and to record it. Yeah. So we spent quite a lot of time in South Wales.
And what was the mode for this subject in particular?
I think going back to what we were talking about being on stage, make it difficult for yourself in some ways because it's a difficult subject to write about. You know, you have to bear in mind certain commercial realities, I suppose, and we're trying to make a living from music, and writing an album about space and astronauts, quite easy to make it commercially appealing because it's an interesting, appealing story. But writing an album about coal mining in South Wales is difficult, I think, and I think I liked the idea of that and the challenge of that. So I think that was one of the things that drew me to it, as well as just being a fascinating story and one that was it's the other side of the coin to the stuff that we've been doing up to that point. We've been doing a lot about human progress and about human technological development and the things that kind of move us forward as a species. And this album is much more about progress still, but it's about what happens to people who get left behind by the progress of society in general, or what people deem to be progress. And it just seemed like an interesting left turn, which is what all my favourite bands have always done as well. They don't go straight and predictable. They take you somewhere you didn't expect to go. That's what we were trying to do.
Yeah, and the thing here too is because of when everything goes wrong, it's always like the working class that suffers.
Yeah.
With it. So and your album is very it starts from the beginning of it with the appealing of going to the valley, the appealing of bringing people to the coal mining with the promise of a future and a defined life and
a very secure job.
Secure job.
Yep.
And then everything goes down and people lose everything. It's really, really hard. So the song you were talking about, Progress, it's, let's say, with Tracy and Campbell.
Yep.
Which I love from Cabra Obscura.
Yeah.
I can say the name in Portuguese.
Yeah.
Actually Portuguese.
Oh, is it? Okay, Cabra Obscura, right.
Cabra Obscura.
Okay, cool.
It's Portuguese.
Okay,
yeah.
Right.
It's really
nice.
Good.
Yeah. She's got a great voice, and
She's amazing.
It was great to get her on the record,
But did you know you wanted her to do this?
Yeah, it took me a while. I was trying to think, because the album's about Wales, and it was trying to use a lot of Welsh musicians and trying to use, to go there to record. But in the end, I just thought you can't be so fixed in your ideas about things. You need to let some flexibility into any kind of project, and you have to use the right voice for the song. And as soon as I started thinking about that, then I heard her voice. Her. Yeah, it was like, can we get Tracy on, please?
And at the same time, that's quite a positive note in the album. That song.
Yeah.
It's a bit anthemic.
Everything kind of turns on that song, and it is both sides of the coin, though, really, because you can see it as a straight ahead. I believe in progress. I believe in the progress of humanity and all these things that are going to drive us towards a better future and a safer future, and the kind of march that humanity's been on, I suppose. But at the same time, it's talking about a subject where you're talking about mechanisation and automation being brought into the coal mines and being presented to those people as progress, but really it's going to cost jobs and cost livelihoods. So it's a double-edged sword, basically. Yeah.
And you have a song that I really love in this album because I think it's very empowering of women, and it's very they tell the story of how women were so important when in every situation, not just this one, but when a crisis appeared.
Yep.
And the women kind of bring their force to it.
Yeah.
It's the Give Me Lamp.
Yes, that was a very important song. Oh, thank you. It was really important to get that on the album because it's such a key part of the story of the strike and how they really were a driving force and a force to be reckoned with in the big strike of 84-85. Yeah, and it's just kind of about. It's not just about that. It's about how politics. It's what Margaret Donovan says at the start. Politics it relates to everything in your life, either directly or indirectly. And it also talks about I suppose it's gender stereotypes and the sort of the roles that we give to girls and boys in society and tell girls they can't do this, they can't do that.
Exactly.
It just feels like a really good message to be. Sometimes in the UK we play to crowds where there's lots of kids at festivals, and for young girls to be hearing that, I think it's a good message.
And from whom is this the sample at the end? I've never given
It's from a film that was made by students. Yeah, she's the voice in All Out as well. She's talking about she was raised to trust the police, but she doesn't trust them now. So it's the same voice, and I don't know who it is because it was a student film made by university students, and we got permission to use it, but I don't know who the contributors were, and I don't know if she's still alive. I asked a lot of people who we worked with, because it's quite a close-knit community still. I thought they would know, but nobody seems to know.
That's something that kind of sticks to your mind a lot when you find samples that you really like, but you don't know who made them or you don't know whose voice it is. Do you kind of feel the threat to go look for it or to go find a person?
Well, it's difficult because, with the Race to Space, that was made without kind of, we didn't go to Houston, Texas to make it. We didn't get involved with any astronauts to make it. It didn't feel necessary, and it didn't feel appropriate. So, but at the same time, remarkably, some people have heard it. Some of the astronauts, some of the, Gene Kranz, whose voice is on Go, he's heard it, and he likes it, and that's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think I prefer that way rather than going to the
first.
first.
Find out they are somewhere.
Yeah.
An album or a song.
I think I prefer it. It just feels more natural. I don't know. Obviously, we license the clips and we get permission from the people who own the recordings, but often that's not the same as the person whose voice it is. So yeah.
Yeah, and other songs that I really love in this music. You were talking about the strikes when the strikes started. It's All Out.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that song?
Well, All Out is, maybe many of your audience know All Out is, an English phrase meaning like full on, absolutely, totally go for it. But at the same time, it's a phrase that means one out, all out is the kind of, if one person's on strike, everyone's on strike. So it kind of, it works again on both those levels, and it's a kind of, it's supposed to be an assault, really. It's an assault of a song. It's really supposed to be extremely loud, extremely aggressive, and really kind of try and convey the chaos and the pandemonium and the upset and the uproar that was surrounding a lot of the protests and the pickets and the strike of the 80s.
Yeah, and you did it very well musically too.
Thanks.
It kind of follows it could be like an anthem for a real strike.
Well, maybe
playing it.
Yeah, it does feel, sometimes we play it a lot because it's a good song to play live. But sometimes when you play it to certain crowds, you can feel that power in it. You can feel the power of the message in it, and it feels different. It's a strange one. Like, we played it in Sheffield at the end of the last tour, and it's where
Sheffield is actually a very nice place to play this kind of
it's
music.
a great crowd and a great music city, but it's next to where the biggest kind of police and minor sort of fight, riot, whatever you want to call it, occurred. It wasn't a riot, actually, that's the wrong word, but the biggest kind of confrontation between the police and the miners occurred just down the road. And playing that song in Sheffield, it just felt, these are still things that people are dealing with, and you can still feel the rawness of it and the power of it. It's quite it's very moving.
It is. Actually, it should be called Jarvis Cocker, maybe, for a duet.
I don't know.
A duet of proper nerds. Beautiful nerds.
I think he's too, he's too cool for us.
No, don't say that. It's very nice.
Yeah, wow.
At the same time.
Yeah, I hope so.
And Yumi.
Yeah.
It's a song that I wasn't expecting to hear you sing.
Well, again, left turns. Left turns.
Yeah, but it was like, was it like the first time you really sang on a song from
well, I need,
podcast, right? And you did it with Liz Jen Brown.
Yep.
She's a Welsh singer.
Yes, and she sings in Welsh and I sing in English.
She sings with that accent. I don't understand nothing.
No, I don't understand either. She told me the words, and I was like, okay, that's great.
Okay.
And, I checked it on Google just to make sure.
That's a beautiful song.
I think it's a lovely song. I don't like singing. I don't like singing it, but I really like the song.
Did, right? So why this one?
Because I had asked somebody else to do it.
Oh, and they say no?
No, they said yes, but then they stopped answering the phone. So we were making the album. I wanted Lisa on the album. I wanted a song on the album. It was like, it's quite a personal song in some ways. It's about feeling kind of beaten down and feeling like the weight of the world is kind of on your shoulders. And for personal reasons, I could kind of identify with that, but at the same time, it's very pertinent to the story the album is telling. So I just thought, I want the song on the album. If I have to do it to get it on the album, I'll do it. I I can do an okay job. It's not going to be good, but
For this one, I'll take.
so I did it, and then obviously Lisa's voice, she sings like she's just incredible, so
Yes.
she can carry it, and I just kind of piggyback really on the song.
Don't be so humble.
It's not. It's true. It's true.
It's very nice. And I have to go to people who will always need the cold because I think it's very fulcral in the album, and it kind of sings a little. If you have to pick one that kind of symbolizes all the album, maybe just to introduce it to someone, I think this is the one, probably.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. I'm too involved.
For me,
I can't.
it was, and it's very funny because you have like that sample of a 70s commercial,
Mm-hmm.
which is so ironic. I love that irony you actually put in your songs.
Yeah.
Because irony works very well.
It works
It's
if you
sarcastic.
understand it. Yeah. If you understand, some people don't understand it, and then you get.
But that's the thing. That's what I wanted to see at your like the bootleg of the festival.
Right.
Where you.
Yeah.
I would love to have that more like how do you say research, because I think that's for me that's your fulcral thing, not the music or not the boat. I don't know anything like the message you give out.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's so powerful that I think that's the fulcral point of the music and the combination of the two things, because you're talking about something so human and talking about the struggle of people, talking about the hurt of people, the working class and everything, and then you're doing it with a lot of electronic layers that are the thing we said. It's like a knife with two
Double-edged sword. Yeah.
double-edged sword, and that's really important because you're using electronics, and electronics are costing people's jobs, but at the same time you're talking about people's jobs, so it kind of goes around.
Yeah.
So that's a very powerful message, a powerful way to do it, and I thought it would be a better thing to say about you, but anyway.
Yeah, it's a festival. It's a
I'm
festival.
just,
People want to come and have a good time and dance, I guess, for the most part, don't they? So maybe it's better to keep it simple. I don't know.
No, but it's me just kind of saying it. But you have like this sample of the 70s commercial, which is also very kind of frightening, because I think maybe it's happening again to some kind of like our younger people's dreams. At the same time, like you're gonna have a really good life if you buy this, or if you have that, or if you lead this kind of life or something like that. And then when it doesn't happen, people get really, really frustrated because, my God, they said it would happen. They told me if I did this way, or if I go to that college, or if I did that thing, I would have a job, or I would be happier when I'm in my early 20s, and then I'm super depressed because nothing happened like that. So if we did like a parallel story between the 80s and those commercials, and that kind of commercials that are already kind of like normalized in society right now. Do you know what I wanted to say?
I think, yeah. I think it's just
It's almost the same thing, but it's so normal for us right now to watch that it's kind of like brainwashed.
Yeah, and I think that the title and the certainty of the title and how wrong it is, because people won't always need coal.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show how very quickly human perception can go from a human opinion / the weight of human knowledge thinks something is very definite to actually totally wrong, and within a very short space of time. I think it's good to be reminded of that we don't always know what we're talking about.
Yeah, for economic purposes, they say anything, right? Unfortunately.
Well, I guess at the time,
people who always need coal, like
they thought it. I think they thought they did.
We've heard it not long ago
Yeah.
from a president. Unfortunately, he's a president.
Yeah, this is the trouble with irony, because some people don't understand the irony and they think we are agreeing with him, and I don't think I agree with that man about anything. So, yeah.
I don't even agree with his color, so it's very, very disturbing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's happening again, and people are following him, and people are following that, and it's very frightening.
I think there's a lot about him that's very frightening. Yeah.
So, after making this record, and also just one little thing.
Yeah,
and very lovely. I just think it's
Walia Deserta. Yeah, I think it just shows that the echoes through history, because that was written in the 1930s, but in the 1980s it was just as apt, and in 2018, 2017 it's just as apt. And I think that's the thing about these things. It comes in cycles, and good art makes that jump from being just about its own time or about some other time, and it lasts and becomes relevant again in other ways.
Exactly. So you think that if I get to interview you like 20 years from now, this album will be very actual, how you say, current, and very
oh, right, you think it'd be irrelevant?
Irrelevant.
Yeah. In many ways I hope not, but but I wouldn't be too surprised. Yeah.
If we're talking about it, right?
Yeah. It'd be nice if people are still talking about it.
Just listen to the progress song, please.
Yeah, listen to the first 4 and then jump off.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you, Vera.
And I just really hoping to see the show, because I did love that one in footage. It was just beautiful.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
It was it was the first time I saw you, and it just hit me so hard. And I think it's a very powerful message.
I felt like people were confused that night, so it's good to know that it was connecting.
But that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I love to walk out of a show and I'm going to another one,